Assalamualyikum guys, welcome to another video. In this video we will be talking about the cardiovascular system, so stay with me and know about this topic. The cardiovascular system is also called the circulatory system. When we talk about the cardiovascular system, so it refers to the heart. When we talk about the cardia, so it refers to the heart. The cardiovascular system is actually a transport system where the materials are transported. That is the job of that system. The cardiovascular system, when we talk about the cardiovascular system, in cardiovascular system there are three main components. The first one is heart, the second one is blood vessels, and the third one is blood itself. The heart's job is to pump the blood. Okay, the heart pumps the blood and the blood vessels carry the blood. And we can say the blood vessels are like delivery routes. And the third one is blood itself. When we try to understand the heart picture, or when we try to understand the heart circulation or any other thing, so we always try to understand from the another person. For example, here I am. My location, if we talk about the location of the heart, the heart is present in between the lungs or in thoracic cavity. That's the location of the heart. So when we try to understand the heart, this is my left side and this is my right side. So if this is the left side of the heart and this is the right side of the heart. Here I made the picture, here I made the diagram of the heart. It's not the professional diagram, but I just made for the this diagram for only the understanding purpose, so don't mind this diagram. So when we talk about the left and right side of this picture, this is the left side of the heart and this is the right side of the heart. So let me write it, then you will not confuse about it. This is the left side and this is the right side. As we know, the heart has 4 chambers. When we talk about in this video, we will try to understand basic things of the heart. In next video, we will go in detail. So first of all, we understand the basic thing. Then we will try to understand the further things. We will go in detail in a next video. But in this video, we will try to understand some basic things about the heart. When we try to understand any topic, so first of all, we understand the basic things about that topic. Then we will talk about the further things of the topic, or we understand the further things of that topic. So in this video, we will talk about some basic things about the heart. In a next video, we will go in detail. I just give here the overview in this video, but in next video, we will try to understand in detail the heart circulation, the another things. So as we know, the heart has 4 chambers. The heart has 4 chambers. The upper 2 chambers are called the arteries, and the lower 2 chambers or the bottom chambers of the heart are called the ventricles. So these two chambers, these are the upper portion of the heart. These 2 chambers are called the arteries, and these 2 chambers, these are the bottom chambers of the heart. These 2 chambers are called the ventricle. So this is the left atrium and this is the left ventricle. Why we call it a left atrium and the left ventricle? Because this side of the heart it is in left side, and this side it is of the heart it is in right side. So we call it a left atrium and this is a left ventricle. Let me write it. This is the left atrium and this is the left ventricle. Now come to this side. This is the right atrium and this is the right ventricle. The right ventricle. So the heart has 4 chambers. The upper 2 chambers of the arteries and the lower chambers or the bottom chambers of the heart are called ventricles. So this is the left atrium and this is the left ventricle. This is the right atrium and this is the right ventricle. So first of all, we will try to understand the circulation. Okay, we will start from this chamber. This is the left ventricle. We will start from this left ventricle. Then we will talk about the other chambers. In the left ventricle, in this ventricle, there are present oxygenated blood. Means there are present blood which is rich in oxygen. So the oxygen is present in the blood. In this chamber, there is blood which is rich in oxygen. So when this left ventricle, when this left ventricle contracts, Okay, when this left ventricle contracts and it sends the blood from the aorta to the rest of the body. Okay, so the blood flows from the aorta and goes to the rest of the body. So when the left ventricle, there are present oxygenated blood. So when it contracts, when this left ventricle contracts, the left flows from, this is the aorta, this channel, this vessel is called aorta. So the blood flows from the aorta and goes to the rest of the body. So when the blood goes to the body, when the blood goes to the tissues, the organs, to the cells, and metabolism occurs, the blood comes back. Okay, the blood returns. Now when the blood when this chamber contracts and blood goes to the organs, tissues, whatever, so the metabolism occurs there and the blood comes back. Now okay, the blood comes back. Here are two vessels. There are actually one, but there are two vessels. There are the superior and there are the inferior vena cava. This is the superior vena cava. Write it. So this is the superior vena cava and this is the inferior vena cava. The superior vena cava and the inferior vena cava, when we call it together, these together, the inferior and the superior vena cava are called vena cava. It is the largest vein in our body. The inferior vena cava, it brings the blood from the lower part of the body. Okay, so this vena cava, it brings the blood from the from the lower part of the body, and the superior vena cava brings the blood from the upper part of the body. So here the blood comes, now the metabolism occurs and the blood returns from the lower part of the body as well as from the upper part of the body. The upper part of the body brings the blood, the superior vena cava brings the blood from the upper, and the inferior brings the lower part from the body. Now this is the right atrium. Now the blood comes in right atrium. When the blood comes in right atrium, about 80% of blood at the same time goes in this chamber, in a right ventricle. When the blood flows in this chamber, about 80% of blood at the same time the blood flows in this chamber, in a right ventricle. But about 20% left in this remaining present in this chamber, and the chamber contracts and sends the left 20% in this chamber in a right ventricle. Now the blood comes, but this blood, it is in deoxygenated, means the blood has no oxygen present. In this chamber there are present oxygen, but in this chamber the metabolism occurs, so the oxygen is not present in this chamber. Now in this chamber the blood which is present in, but the oxygen level is very low in that blood. Now the blood comes in this chamber. Okay, this is the blood. So the blood comes in this chamber. This is the right ventricle. Now what happens in our right ventricle? The right ventricle, same happens here. The right ventricle contracts. Okay, the right ventricle contracts, the blood goes in pulmonary trunk. This is the pulmonary trunk. The blood flows from this pulmonary trunk to the pulmonary arteries. When we talk about the pulmonary, so it refers to the lungs. So when this right ventricle contracts, the blood goes pulmonary trunk to the pulmonary arteries, and the pulmonary arteries are connected to the lungs. And what happens in lungs? Why the blood goes in lungs? When this right ventricle contracts and the blood flows in this pulmonary trunk to the pulmonary arteries, the pulmonary arteries are connected to the lungs. Suppose here are present lungs. So the blood, these arteries are connected here. The blood comes now in lungs. What happens in lungs? Why the blood goes in lungs? Because the blood comes in lungs for the oxygen. The blood picks up here oxygen. Okay, because when the blood comes here, it is a deoxygenated blood. The blood has no oxygen present. Now the right ventricle pumps the blood, and the blood goes in lungs, where the blood picks up the oxygen. Okay, so when the blood, now here the blood is oxygenated. The blood comes in this left in this region, in this chamber. It's the left atrium. So the blood comes in this region. Okay, in left atrium there are two veins called pulmonary veins. These are pulmonary veins. There are actually four pulmonary veins. So the blood comes in left atrium. Now what happens in left atrium? Now the blood which is present in this region, which is present in this chamber in left atrium, in left chamber of the heart, in left atrium chamber of the heart, that blood is oxygenated, because the blood here picks the oxygen and comes in this chamber and comes in this left atrium, and the blood is oxygenated. Now the blood is oxygenated. Again, this about 80%. At the same time, blood flows in this chamber, in left ventricle, and remaining 20%, the left atrium contracts and sends the left part of the blood in this chamber. Now what happens in this chamber? As I said before, this left ventricle contracts again and sends the blood rest of the body. So this cycle goes on and on and on, continues. Here picks the blood oxygen and comes the left atrium. The left atrium contracts and sends the blood in left ventricle, and the left ventricle contracts and sends the blood rest of the body by the help of aorta. Now we will talk about some arteries here. Here are present arteries which you need to know about. That arteries, there are present some arteries. That arteries which provides blood in neck and head. Okay, here are aorta. There are some arteries present here. So those arteries which provide the blood to neck and head, those arteries are called carotid arteries. Okay, remember it. Those arteries are called carotid arteries. And the other arteries, there are also the other arteries like coronary arteries. The coronary arteries provides blood itself to the heart, because heart also needs the blood. And the other arteries like hepatic arteries, those arteries which provide blood to the liver, those arteries are called hepatic arteries. Okay, the first one is carotid arteries which provides blood neck and head, and the second one is coronary arteries, those arteries which provide blood itself to the heart, and the third one is the hepatic arteries which provide blood to the liver. And the fourth artery, those arteries provide the blood to our intestines. Those arteries are called mesenteric arteries. Remember it, mesenteric arteries. And those arteries which provide blood to lower part of the body, those arteries are called femoral arteries. Okay, those arteries are called femoral arteries. And those arteries which provide blood to our kidneys, those arteries are called renal arteries. So there are arteries which you need to remember, which you need to know. Let me write it here. The first one is carotid. The carotid arteries provides blood neck and head part, and the coronary arteries provides blood the heart itself, and the mesenteric arteries provides blood to our intestines, and the hepatic arteries provides blood to our liver, and the renal arteries provide blood to our kidneys, and there are also the another artery that's which sends blood to to the lower part of the body, to the to the legs. That's the femoral artery. So there are some arteries which you need to understand, which you need to know about. These arteries: the carotid, coronary, mesenteric, hepatic, renal arteries, femoral arteries. Now we will talk about the valves. Here are some doors present. Now we will talk about what is the job of these doors. There are some doors. These doors are called valves. Okay, we will talk about now the valve's job. What is the role of the valves? When this left ventricle pumps here, okay, when this left ventricle contracts here, so the blood goes in aorta. Here are present a door-like, this door-like step. This is called aortic valve. Okay, this valve is called aortic valve. So what is the job of the aortic valve? When this left ventricle contracts here, okay, when this left ventricle contracts here, this aortic valve opens. Okay, it's like this. It's like this. So when this ventricle contracts, it opens like this. Okay, so this is the aortic valve. It opens when it contracts. But what happens that time when this left ventricle contracts, and what happens to this? This is the another wall. This is the another gate, or this is the another door. This door is called this door is called the bicuspid wall. So this is the bicuspid wall. This is the bicuspid. This wall is like this. Like this. Okay. So when this left ventricle contracts here, the blood flows from this aortic vessel, and that time this bicuspid wall will be closed. Okay, it's like this. It will be closed like this. When this left ventricle pumps the blood and sends the blood to the rest of the body, that time this bicuspid wall will be closed. Why we call it a bicuspid? Because there are present two cusps. It's like this. Two cusps. That's why we call it a bicuspid wall. And the proper name of bicuspid wall is mitral wall. The proper name of this wall is mitral wall. So when the left ventricle pumps the blood, this wall will be closed and this wall will be opened, and the blood goes to the rest of the, and this wall is called the aortic wall. And when this left atrium contracts and blood comes in this side, in this left ventricle, what happens that time? If we talk about this wall, this aortic wall, when this contracts, when this left atrium contracts, the blood comes in this side. That time this wall will be closed. Okay, that time this wall will be closed at that time. So this wall will be opened like this. It's opened like this. Okay, this is the wall, so it is open like this. Same case happens here in this right side of the heart. So when this right ventricle contracts, the blood flows from this pulmonary tract to the pulmonary arteries. That time this wall will be closed. Okay, it's also called, this wall is called the tricuspid wall. Tricuspid wall. This is like this. 1, 2, 3. Three cusps are here. That's why we call it tricuspid wall. It's bicuspid because there are two walls present. So when this atrium contracts and this tricuspid wall open and the blood comes in this side, at that time this wall will be closed. This wall is called pulmonary wall. Okay, this wall is called pulmonary wall. So at that time when this right ventricle contracts, okay, when this right ventricle contracts, this wall will be closed and this wall will be open. Okay, this tricuspid wall will be closed at that time when the right ventricle contracts and sends the blood to the lungs, and that time this valve will be closed and this valve will be open. This valve is called a pulmonary valve. And remember it. Now, I hope you understand the valves. Now we will talk about the layers of the heart. Okay. If we talk about the layers of the heart, there are three layers present in the heart. The first one is pericardium, which wraps around the heart. This is the layer which wraps all around the heart. This layer which wraps all around the heart, it is called pericardium. The pericardium provides protection, physical protection to the heart, and it also protects from the overexpansion of the heart. Means when this heart expands, so it expands so much, it's not expanding over, it is not over expands. Okay, when this heart expands, it expands here, it expands so much, not over expand. So by the help of this layer, pericardium layer, the pericardium also gives that protection from the heart. If this heart over expands, so it occurs here. And there is another layer that's called the myocardium. Myocardium is present in the middle. Also in this right side. So this layer is called a myocardium. So there are three layers. The first one is pericardium. This layer is pericardium, and the second layer, which is middle, which is present in the middle of the heart, in this side, in middle after the pericardium layer, there are present another layer that's called the myocardium. What is the job of the myocardium? It also gives the protection, and this myocardium, it helps in the stimulation, it helps in the contraction. That is the job of the myocardium. And there are another layer present. That layer are called which wraps the heart chambers. Okay, this layer gives protection to the heart as well as the valves of the heart. So here are also present. This layer is called endocardium. This endocardium gives the protection to the heart and also gives protection to the valves. Okay, it gives protection to the chambers as well as these valves. Now, in next video, we will talk about more. We will talk about in detail about the circulation, about the layers, that's the pericardium, endocardium, and myocardium. We will talk about in detail in the next video. Here I forgot this. Here I forgot one thing. This separation, which this line here, which separates the two sides, which is the left side, which separates the left side and right side of the heart, which separates this line, which separates the heart. This separation occurs. This separation is called septum. Okay, this separation is called septum. So in next video we will be talking about in detail about the heart and the circulation. We will talk about more about the circulation, about the valves, about the layers. Okay, so in next video we will be talking about those things. I hope you like this video, you understand this video very well. If you have any question about this lecture, you can ask me in a comment box, so I will try my best to reply you as soon as possible. So So I hope you like this video, share this video, comment this video. Thank you.